Hello, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are watching this video at Up the Reds TV with me, Andy Canby. So this one is the Bournemouth preview, and dare I say it, this is going to be Liverpool's toughest test of the season against this informed team of Arielos, the Spanish manager. Yeah, it's going to be a toughie for Liverpool. So let's get on with it, shall we? Okay, so we play them at 3 o'clock tomorrow. That's three o'clock games on the bounce that we've had. I mean, this is the biggest game of the weekend. There's no mistake about that, and it's not on British TV. All you're going to do is get to see the highlights, but the rest of the world can see this game. This nonsense has to stop with these 3 o'clocks. I'm obviously going to be watching it on a stream, just like many others. It's getting, like I say, it's getting beyond ridiculous now. This law or rule, well, it is law because it's statutory, should be changed now, and it's about time that the likes of me and you who can't go to the game, especially the away games, we can't see these games, but the rest of the world can. So let's get on with it. So on his press conference, injury-wise, Jota trained, Joey trained, and Nunes, who was ill during the week, trained as well. So that's good news on the injury front. There's only Curtis out, no mention of him in the press conference. But the news is that Jota is back and Joey's back, and obviously Darwin. But we do need everybody in the squad to be available, because we've got a massive run in between now, if we're still in all competitions, between now and May. Okay, so he was asked about Mo Salah with the was it the Egyptian sports minister saying that we want Mo Salah? Good answer by Arne. He said, look, everybody wants Mo Salah, and that includes us as well. So he was being honest with him, with the journo there, and I thought it was a good answer. And he hinted that there might be something in the negotiations. Well, that's how I felt anyway. You might think differently if you watched and heard the press conference today, But one thing he did say about Mo was, look, he's old enough and he's wise enough to make the correct decision that's right for him. So read into that what you want. He was asked about Bournemouth. And how good their run's been, and he said, look, when we played them back earlier on in the season at Anfield, it was a 3-0, and he was thinking that we would go on to do other things in the second half, and he said that was not the case, because Bournemouth were relentless for 45 minutes in that second half as well. Now, I'll touch on Bournemouth and what I think from the game, that I was at that game, and I had to listen back to the video I made, the post-match video I made on that, and I'll fill you a bit more in on that. He said, look, the Richard Hughes, who was at Bournemouth, has bought really, really well the players, and he's left a good squad there. In the same breath, he was asked about his relationship with him. He said the relationship's good. We speak on regular, and that's how it should be, So he said that the Bournemouth manager's doing a great job. He wasn't at the beginning of the season, but now the players have gelled. They are doing what the manager wants to do, and it's really good. I mean, he touched on Kluivert, saying he was a young player at Ajax, was it? And then he left at a young age. I think he went abroad somewhere, didn't he? Did he go to Italy, and then obviously he's ended up at Southampton, where he's come of age. I think he's 25 now, so he's up to speed of the Premier League, and that recently showed in his goal scoring exploits. He was asked about the players that were rested midweek. Another interesting answer. He said, "Look, we tried to rest them 5 to 6 weeks. This is the aim. That's probably why we haven't got as many injuries, because this time last year our injuries were horrendous. They were piling up. The games were piling up, and to be honest, that was our downfall, I think, last season, with us just winning the one trophy and nothing else, when we were involved in all 4 competitions, at least up to March, and then the wheels came off, and I blame that on the massive injury list that we had as well, and obviously the players that were playing just couldn't sustain the gun-ho football that we were used to under Jurgen Klopp there. He was asked about Chiesa, said it was good to get 90 minutes for him, and he said, yeah. He also said, which was very interesting, he thanked his medical team and his other coaching staff for bringing him up to speed. He said now that Freddie, as they call him, is now up to speed. He is Premier League game start ready, which is great news for us. How much did we spend on him? 10 million. He's looking a bit of a bargain. As I said, he was my man of the match midweek, and he showed that he was way above anything else that we had on the pitch that evening at PSV Eindhoven. So yeah, he thanked them all, and he was asked about Dominic Szoboszlai. Again, he was full of praise for him. Said that Dominic's now hitting where he, as a coach, wants him to be, and Dominic is doing that. He's also been more involved in the attacking side of his game, which is a major plus for him, his coaching staff, and obviously for us. So we saw that, and Dom scored a great opening goal. He was involved in the others as well at the Ipswich game. So yeah, it's looking all it's all good. Just touching about the relationship with Hughes, just going back onto that, he did say that, look, he does talk to his players, as in Arne does, about the future, as well as, what is happening now, next week, week after. But he's talking about, probably, next season. There are a number of contract negotiations to do, other than the 3 that are ongoing, as far as we're concerned. So, yeah, he said he talks to the others, but he also made it abundantly clear that those are private conversations and stay within his remit, and he would not divulge in that to the journos. And this is what I like, and this is why I don't get involved in these ITKs on social. You must, if you're on social, take everything with a pinch of salt. Unless it comes from Liverpool Football Club, don't sort of like jump on the bandwagon, because that's where the hostility becomes toxic between us Reds. So it's just my way of looking at things. There are other channels that get in people, journalists who think they're close to the club, and when they're not really, so they don't know the ins and outs. They're only jumping on bandwagons of what they hear from certain people of that. So yeah. He also, getting back to the Bournemouth game, his note says, he said it would be a physical battle. He said it was a physical battle when we played him at Anfield, and I'll touch on that. So Bournemouth, very good, haven't they? 23rd of November, I think, is the last time they lost. So they're on a same winning sort of like, unbeaten streak as us. We're the two informed teams. They don't play from the back as much. If it's a goal kick, Kepa's going to kick it. We saw that against Manchester United. We saw a bit of that at Brentford, where that was happening, and it's gonna be the same for me. So yeah, Kepa will kick it. They like to attack on the opposition's right. That'll be Trent's side with what's he called? Kirkes. He'll be up there. Semenyo, he'll be up there. Simeone, or whatever he's called, he'll be up there. You'll have Tyler Adams, the American. He'll push across. You'll have Christie in there. So what they do is they don't want to win the first ball. The important bit for them is that they get the second ball, and that's when they burst into action. And that's how Areola gives the freedom to every single player. He doesn't want to see pass. He wants to see runners. He wants to see energy. That's why they are top of the league for running, because he will have faith in his centre halves, his full backs, his midfielders to run into space, carry the ball. It's called organised chaos, really, isn't it? We used to get that with Jurgen, but Areola's got his way of playing. So, like I say, he will exploit our flanks. He will overload over there, and he will look at winning the second balls and then attacking. So we really have to be on it from the start, and that is really what we need to do. I mean, you've got Kluivert and Donga, or he's called Orateria or something like that. He plays up front for them. I mean, he scored a hat-trick against Forest. Week before, it was Kluivert at Newcastle scoring a hat-trick. So, I mean, they've scored 16 goals in 4 games. 4 goals a game. That is serious attacking threat that they have, and they haven't got a striker. Their main striker is injured, but they seem to score goals. They play good football in and around the box. They have plenty of bodies in the box. So, as I say, we have to be on it from minute one. The likes of Mo Salah, he cannot be giving cheap balls away in their penalty area because they will break bad. He can't be giving cheap balls away in midfield. He has to win his tackles in there. He can't, because some of the goals that we conceded have sort of like come when he's been involved. So he has to be on it, and they've got a very good team. Let's not, kid ourselves. Kepa, he's 30. He's decent enough. He might be the weak link because of coming out for crosses and things like that, and his position in front of goal. But he's got a good back four in front of him. He's got Brooks as a right back. He's got what's he called? Zabani, the Ukrainian. He's got a 19. He was 22. He's got a 19-year-old Hussein. Everybody's talking about this kid. This is the Dutch kid. He is pulling up feathers, at Bournemouth. I mean, they've only conceded 7 goals there. So, and then you've got Kirkes on the left-hand side, so marauding up and down. He's got energy to burn as the Serbian. I've already touched about Tyler Adams. Obviously, he had injuries when he was at Leeds, but he's found himself, and he's a bit of a dirty player, if I'm honest with you. He'll break up everything, and you've got Christie as well, the Scotsman, in helping him in this 4-2-3-1 type of formation. they will be busy. They will have lots of energy, and our midfield will have to be on it. The likes of, I'll touch on Slobosly, Maka and Gravenberg, because that'll be the three that will be in there. You've got also David Brooks. He's on the right of the three. Obviously Clive Hurt's in there, and then you've got Oratea up front. They're a good team. Let's make no mistake about that. I cannot praise them highly enough. But we are the leaders. You know, we haven't lost a Premier League game away. I know we lost midweek, and that was our first loss away from Anfield. But that team wouldn't have probably given this Bournemouth a team, but with our big guns back, we should be on that. Look, I've named you what I think is going to be the team that Bournemouth are going to play, because it's virtually the same team as last week when they played Notts Forest. They've obviously got horrendous injuries. Some players might be coming back and they might be on the bench, but obviously our team picks itself. We've got Alisson, obviously, Trent, Ibu, Verge. Look, Robbo came off early. Looks like Robbo revert back to his left back spot. I've already mentioned Slobosly, Maka and Gravenberg in midfield. That's where the battle is going to be won or lost, I think, because the energy in that part of the field has to be perfect. Our passing has to be perfect. We have to look after the ball better than we have done in recent games and not give this Bournemouth team a sniff. You know, we don't want to be counter-attacked by them, because they are a very good team in transition, and we need to make sure that everything is shut. So obviously Salah, Diaz, and I think he'll go for Gapco because he came off early as well. Nunes on the bench, Chiesa on the bench, Elliott on the bench, Endo on the bench. So we do have strong options. I don't think Jota, I'll be surprised if Jota's on the bench after just coming back a couple of times training maybe this week. But yeah, it's going to be a strong bench, and I think you'll see that because it's going to be a high intensity game, you're going to see Arne use his substitutes. So first goal and say third goal are going to be really important. That's if both teams score. We've not locked out yet, have we? You know, we gave a cheap goal away against Ipswich from a set piece. That was our first one. We do not want to be giving Bournemouth that, because they'll have some set piece plans against us as well. Right, that's me done on the preview bit for Bournemouth. I thought the Champions League draw was today. Watched it. What a load of rubbish that was. We don't find out who we play, really, do we? Until these other games have been done and dusted. So we'll have to just wait and see who we play in March for that one. So yeah, as I said, it was boring as anything watching that UEFA Champions League draw. Okay, right. If you like this video, please give me obviously a thumbs up. Okay, get your notification bar on if you want to watch more of these videos. Please share. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to look at getting at least 100 subscribers by the end of the season, which will be great. Okay, and I will do you a post-match one after I've come back and watched the stream at my secret location, shall I say it that way, and I'll give you my thoughts on the game. Okay, enjoy your Friday evening, and I'll catch you tomorrow. Up the Reds.